so therefore nobody should say they can't afford it, but it's tax deductible. It's a very worthwhile opportunity, and it will progress your business in ways you can't imagine. The next is business credit or corporate credit. Probably the number one question I get asked is how do I establish corporate credit? What is the difference between business credit and corporate credit? Those type of questions. The fact is creating corporate credit, and let me kind of go through the differences first. Within probably a 5-mile area radius of your own home, there are businesses that have been in business for 5, 10, 15 years that don't have a dime of corporate credit established. Now, they may have business credit, meaning that they have a credit card with their business name on it, but it's still tied to their Social Security number. What you want to do is create corporate credit, and that is separate from your business, from your personal life, meaning that the business is an entity unto itself. Building corporate credit is different than building business credit. Corporate credit is, best example I can give is kind of like baking bread. You got to have you can have all the ingredients, but if you don't put it together at the right time and mix the information and give it time to rise, you're not going to come out with bread. So the same thing can be said with building corporate credit. There is a process there. Now you can fumble your way through it and figure it out on your own. There's certainly a way to do it. What we've done is found a coaching company that actually will walk you through the process, take you step by step by step, what you can do to help you accelerate that learning curve, establish corporate credit sooner rather than later. So if you're interested in learning more about any of these, just so you know, at the end of this, I'm going to have an opt-in page where you can click on the information that you want to learn more about. Now, in addition to that, just so you know, some of these we already set up appointments for you to learn more about. Because for example, the business credit, we have so many people ask that we just go ahead and set up an appointment. If you're not interested in those appointments, you can opt out. Now, that takes proactive. You need to contact your account executive or customer service, and you can opt out of those options for those appointments. But we do want you to know we set up appointments to go over some of these services with you, because even if you're not ready for them right now, if we can at least teach you about them and you're aware of them, when you are ready for them, you can take those extra steps. Bookkeeping and payroll. Let's talk a little bit about those. Payroll is simple. I'm just going to keep that short and sweet. Basically, what I'll say there is if you've reached the point in your business where you can stop spending 5, 10 hours a month or a week or a day doing payroll, you can pass that on to somebody else, then you celebrate that day. That's a good day, because payroll is a headache, and figuring out payroll taxes and individual pay, if you can pass that on to somebody else, that's a fantastic day. So we encourage you to find out if you've got payroll, find out what it would take to pass that on to somebody else so you can focus on the growth of your business. The next one is bookkeeping, and I want to make something very clear here. Bookkeeping is an IRS requirement. You need to have a bookkeeping system. Now, there are several different types of bookkeeping systems. You have a paper-based system. You have internet-based systems. You have somebody doing it for you. There's no right answer. Every business may have a different answer for that bookkeeping system, because the IRS doesn't say what you have to have. They just say you need to have one. So we don't have time to go over these, so at the end of this, the second free gift I have for you is a training, an additional training seminar on bookkeeping. It's only about actually it's less than 10 minutes long, but it goes over the different options with you and can help you start to establish, or at least start to ask some questions about what type of bookkeeping system would be best for you. So again, just all you got to do at the end of this is fill out that opt-in page. When you fill out the opt-in page, and thank you page will come up, and it will have the additional training on bookkeeping there for you. Business planning is the next area I hear a great deal about, and basically what I'll say about this is that it surprises me how many people don't have a plan for their business. They don't know where they're going to be in 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road. And really, what is their exit plan? How do they plan on getting out of the business? What are they doing with it? And so, there's the oldest cliche I know is that, you don't plan to fail, you fail to plan. And a business plan is a way for you to project that. I look at it this way. Donald Trump, or Bill Gates, any successful entrepreneur is not going to put money into a business unless they know where that business is going and how they're going to accomplish their goals. And so why would you invest money into a business that you haven't mapped out how you're going to get that investment back, and how you're not only going to get that investment back, but how you're going to make money with it. So a business plan becomes kind of a a roadmap to your success, but it also tells you, it answers other important questions. For example, I doubt many of you would go jump into a pond without knowing how deep it is or how cold the water is or, hey, what's swimming in that water. So, business plan is, starting a business can be the same way. If you jump into a pool of sharks, well, hey, you might get eaten. So you've got to make sure you're jumping into the right pool, that you're going into the right kind of business, and a business plan can help you evaluate that information. For example, I'll give you an easy example. You don't want to start a bowling alley in a town that's had 3 bowling alleys go out of business. It may not be a good fit. You got to kind of look at what your clientele is and where it is. You don't want to start a business where maybe there's already somebody that has an established business there that has a long relationship and people aren't going to leave that. So you got to look at what the climate is for your business, and a business plan can help you answer those. Again, are there successful businesses without a business plan? Absolutely, 100% yes. Do you have to have one? No, you don't. It's an option, but if you're curious and you want to find out more about how to, whether you're in real estate, internet, or whatever, if you want to figure out how to map your plan and how to create a system for you to stick with, a business plan is a great place to start.